In this video, we're going to have a look at how to calculate the non-hypotenuse side or the shorter side of a right angled triangle using Pythagoras theory. So the general rule for Pythagoras theory is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, where c is the hypotenuse side. Now, if we know the hypotenuse side and we want to find out what a or b is equal to, we need to rearrange the formula. And we want to do that by shifting our b squared over to the other side. Now, to shift it over to the other side, I need to do the opposite of what I'm doing at the moment. So at the moment, it is adding b squared. So I need to subtract b squared from this side. What I do to one side, I do to the other side. So I need to subtract a b squared from that side as well. So that updated modified formula is going to be a squared is equal to c squared minus b squared. And that's the formula I use when I'm finding a non-hypotenuse side, or one of the smaller sides of a right angle triangle. So in the example, I want to find the value of my missing side. Now my missing side is the side that I've highlighted, and it has been labelled x. So my first part of answering the question I need to do is go through and label the diagram in my question, or the sides A, B, and C. Now side C needs to be the hypotenuse side. And I find the hypotenuse side by looking at my right angle and looking at the side opposite my right angle. And that is going to be 16. So I can label that side as C. The other two sides I can label as A and B. So my unknown side I'm going to label A, and my known side I'm going to label B. So I've now labelled the three sides of my triangle, A, B, and C. I can go ahead and write down the formula and start working out what the value of x is going to be. Now I'm going to use the modified formula of a squared is equal to c squared minus b squared. And I do that because I'm finding a non-hypotenuse side of the triangle. So now that I've got my formula, I need to go through and identify the values that I'm going to substitute in. So I need a value of c, and my c side of my triangle is 16. So I would substitute 16 instead of c. I would also substitute a value for b. So having a look at my b value, which is 10. And because they've labelled the question for me, I've got a value of a. And my a value is going to be x. So now that I've identified the values I'm going to substitute into the formula, I can go ahead and write my next line of working, which is the formula but using those values. So x squared is going to equal to 16 squared minus 10 squared. So x squared is going to equal to 16 squared is 256 minus 10 squared, which is 100. So x squared is equal to 156. So to find out what x is, I need to square root both sides. So the square root of x squared is going to equal the square root of 156. So x is going to equal 12.49. So now that I've got a value for x, I need to go through and do a common sense check to make sure that my answer makes sense. So writing that back on my original diagram in the example, 12.49, I need to make sure that it is shorter than the hypotenuse side, because I know that hypotenuse side needs to be the longest side. So 12.49 is shorter than 16. So I have done my common sense check. If it came out as longer than 16, I would need to go back and check my working because I've made a mistake. But because 12.49 is less than 16, I can go ahead and accept it as my answer. So the value of my missing side, side x, is equal to 12.49.